So hello friend, I Dr. Mohanel Verma from Department of Applied Physics, Sri Sankaracharya Technical Campus, Bhilai, with you all with another virtual lab, that is lab number 5, and the objective of this lab is to determine the moment of inertia of flywheel about its own axis of rotation. This is the part of CSV2 physics. Learn with me. Now, objective and prerequisite. The aim of this virtual lab experiment is to calculate and compare the experimental and theoretical moment of inertia by varying the radius of disk and the mass of metal ball. And prerequisite, generally one of the important prerequisite is the knowledge of concept of lab related theory, and second, the window platform with good internal internet and the Java enabled web browser. So now the theory of this experiment. This is the flywheel, and this is that thread, and the mass is hanging here, and this is the number of rotations n1. And now let us see the details of this. So the flywheel is a mechanical device which is designed to efficiently store rotational energy. It is an inertial energy storage device. Flywheels have an inertia called the moment of inertia and thus resist change in rotational speed. The amount of energy stored in a flywheel is actually proportional to the square of its rotational speed. A flywheel is a spinning wheel or disc which is fixed axle so that rotation is only about its own axis. So this is the axis and this is the flywheel. Now in this experiment, as far as the theoretical and mathematical concept is concerned, the potential energy of mass m, this is that mass m. So in this experiment, the potential energy of mass m, this is that mass m, is converted into translation kinetic energy of this mass, and the rotational kinetic energy of the flywheel, and some of the energy is lost in overcoming frictional force, the frictional force in between this end and this end. So the conservation of energy equations at the instant when the mass touches the ground can be written as, this is that equation. So mgh, this is the total potential energy, this is the kinetic energy, half m is the mass of this, and v square, this is the velocity when this body, this mass touches the ground, and half I omega is square. I is the moment of inertia of that flywheel, omega is its angular velocity, plus n1 multiplied by this f. N1 is the total number of turn here, and f is the last due to frictional force. So this n1f can also be written as equivalent to torque multiplied by that theta. And now this equation mgh is equivalent to half mv square plus half I omega square plus n1f. This is modified by using some simple functions. Here this f, this is actually the frictional energy lost per unit rotation of the flywheel, and this f can be written as equivalent to half to n2 I omega square, where this n2, this is the number of rotation made by the flywheel after the string has left the axle. So this is that n2, and by putting this f and v, that translation velocity can be correlated with this angular velocity and the radius of that axle. So this v is equivalent to r omega, and by putting these two in this equation, one can rearrange this equation like this: I is equivalent to m2z capital H omega square minus r square 1 plus n1 by n2. So in order to gauge this moment of inertia of that flywheel, we will use this formula, where this m is the mass of that attached body, g is the acceleration due to gravity, h is that height of that flywheel, and r is the radius of that axis, and experimentally this r is measured in laboratory by using vernier calipers, and n1 is the number of rotational completed by the flywheel when the mass attached string has left the axis, and n2 is the number of rotation made by the flywheel after the string has left the axle. So in order to calculate I, we need to have this n1, n2, and omega, and h is fixed. Mass m, this is another variable, And for theoretical calculation of this moment of inertia, this I is equal to half, means that is 0.5 multiplied by m. M is the mass of that flywheel multiplied by r square. R is the that radius of that flywheel. So this is small r, this is the radius of axle, and this is the capital R, this is the radius of that flywheel. So users objective and goals: to explain the structure of disc flywheel and examine the time taken to reach the ground for metal bob while varying the radius and mass, and apply the angular acceleration equation of motion to calculate the time in which mass will descend, analyze the time required for the metal bob to touch the ground for rim type and disc type flywheel. And these are the operators required: flywheel and one string, stopwatch to measure the time, vernier calipers to measure the diameter of the radius of that axle, meter ruler to measure the height, slotted mass on hanger, so to vary the mass. Now this is the observation table. This is generally used by students. So in the first table, mass suspended on one end, so different mass we can check. Height, this is fixed, and one can write here. And the number of bending of the string on the axle end, here it is n, that is the n1 in that formula. And this capital N, that is the number of rotation of the wheel after the disattachment of the PG from the axle, and this is N2 in that formula. So one can easily calculate this omega by using this N and the time measured, and that finally that moment of inertia in kilogram meter square. So now let's start that demonstration. And the instruction is student have to write one report including M, observation table, and question of assignment mentioned in the link. So we will start that demonstration. All the best and thank you. So let's start the demonstration part. This is that website of that virtual lab experiment, and objective IM is mentioned here, which we have discussed in detail in the presentation part. Also, we have detailed the theory of that experiment in presentation, where we have demonstrated this is the formula to calculate, which is used to calculate that moment of inertia of flywheel, where m is the mass of hanging bob, omega is angular frequency, h is the height, g acceleration due to gravity, r is the radius of that axle of the flywheel, n1 and n2, these are the number of turns of thread on the axis before and after that disattachment of the thread. This is pre-test. Student should check themselves they are able to perform this experiment or not. After procedure is also detailed here. I am directly coming to this simulation part. This is that schematic window for that flywheel, where we have two variables. One is the capital R, the radius of this flywheel, and M, this is the mass of this bob hanged here, and the capital M, this is the mass of this flywheel is mentioned, and one is fixed, that is 17 resolutions, and R, the radius of this axle. This axle is also fixed, and experimentally we actually measure this by using vernier calipers. So let's start. Let us fix this 15 centimeter, and mass hanged is 0.2 kilogram is 200 gram. So let's start. So after a certain rotation, it will stop because of inertia. Now this is the output. The total time taken was 51.7 seconds. Omega, that can be calculated, that is equivalent to 3.953 radian per second, and N2, that is 116.017 resolution. So After putting this value in the formula, one can calculate that moment of inertia experimentally, as well as theoretical moment of inertia can be calculated by using the formula 0.5 into m r square, where r is the radius of this flywheel, where r is here. And now we can reperform this by changing this mass, that is now 300 gram, and let's have this as a constant. Again, let's start. So by changing this mass from 0.2 to uh, 0.7 kilogram, we can get different values of n2, omega, and time, and make a observation table and perform the calculation. So this is the result for m is equivalent to 0.3 kilogram, that is 300 gram, and where the time is now much more, and omega is here, and n2, that is 144.983 resolution. So by putting this, we can calculate another moment of inertia experimentally observed. So we can vary this mass from 0.2 to 0.7, and if you want, one can change also this radius of uh, that flywheel, and change that theoretical value of moment of inertia for comparison. Okay, thank you. So I expect my student to perform this experiment and submit me the observation table with the proper calculation. Thank you all.